Hello, and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Wednesday, November 11th, 2015 by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi, and our energy mantra for today is I value my past and its part in my transformation. And today we have a new moon in Scorpio. New moons are always powerful times for planting seeds of intention to co-create with the universe. And, in Scorpio, it's such an interesting, it's such an interesting placement for the new moon because I think out of all the new moons, this is one of the best ones to really be able to dig in and see those, I would call them, the rocks in the soil that we're planting the seeds in, those things that are blocking us from having healthy seedlings from our intentions. So we're working through this energy. We start with the moon and the dark of the moon, building to the new moon, sorting through anything that comes up as part of our story that we've been carrying that no longer fits. It's not the story that we want to tell about ourselves. We have the moon connecting to Mercury. The moon in Scorpio conjunct Mercury in Scorpio. Mercury is our mind, that part of us that's telling the stories. The moon in Scorpio is feeling in and through those stories that our mind is telling. And I love this connection because it's happening at 14 degrees, which is a 5. You add the 1 and the 4, which is the degree of the mind. So you have a chance early in the day to connect with your mind energy and shift that story. Empower your story. Empower your mind with how you want it to be. And 1111 is such a magical gateway. I can't tell you how many people I see every day. 1111, 111. We have such big energy in this new moon to shift it. So work on your story. Work with your mind on shifting your story. We also have the moon connecting to Jupiter. Jupiter is in Virgo. So there is a physical aspect of it. And something that my teacher used to have us do, and it just popped into my head, is actually being very beneficial with this. As you are shifting your story mentally, emotionally, doing that work, do something physical. My teacher used to have us wiggle our tail feathers, shake our tail feathers like we were ducks, just to kind of shake it off. Sometimes you gotta shake it off. This is why, having somebody that does energy work or physical, even body work, just to pull some of that energy off, clear yourself. And, even if you're like, I don't know if this is doing anything, do it. See, you might be like, oh yeah, I feel that. We then have the sun and the moon coming together at 9:47 a.m. at 19 degrees to form the new moon. And the Sabian symbol for it, I really love this, is a parrot repeats the conversation he has overheard. So there's two ways that I'm looking at this. The first way is we're all parrots for what we've heard about ourselves. You've been a bad girl. You're a good girl. You're a bad boy. You're a good boy. Oh, you're so perfect. Oh, you're not perfect. And we take all these stories, and it's so funny. Even if somebody's saying good things about you, there's almost this pressure, like, I have to live up to their expectations. Or if they're saying bad things, like, I'm never going to be good enough. It's amazing what our minds do with these stories that people tell us in, unconscious things that just kind of tumble out because that's how it is. That's how it is on the planet at this time. That's the story I'm telling, apparently. So it's time to let go of those memes. Dr. Bruce Lipton calls them memes in your head that you're replaying over and over like a parrot, over and over to yourself, and that you're believing. You don't have to believe everything your mind tells you. You don't have to believe everything you think. You don't have to believe everything that people have told you. Instead, what I'm loving is that the parrot, the parrot is a messenger. The birds are a messenger from spirit. Sorry, just kind of got lost in my head for a second in the stories. Parrot is a messenger. Spirit will be talking to you, helping co-create with you as you plant these seeds. So be willing to listen. You are being guided, and I'll show you when we get to the cards, because I was like, wow, look at all this. You are being guided through this process. Tune in, listen, spend time with yourself. Spend time with energy that lifts you up, with stories that you do want to believe about yourself, that you would like to put into play. Plant these seeds. Empower yourself. Scorpio is the sign of transformation and empowerment. So allow that to come through. Allow yourself to enjoy yourself. The other thing that I really want to mention with this is that we have Mars at 29 degrees. 29 degrees is the final degree. Mars is in Virgo, about to shift into Libra. So Mars in Virgo is, again, bringing in the physical body energy. Embody this. Don't just think it. Don't just make a mental note to do this later. Really embody it. Really, just whatever that means to you, whether it's shaking your tail feather, like my teacher Kupu used to have us do, or part of your empowerment is like, I am healthy. Do something that's healthy for your body. Do some jumping jacks or some push-ups or some Pilates, yoga, something that feels good for your body. Tune in, though, because you're being guided through this, and you have a very bright future. So empower yourself. So the cards that I pulled. First card that I want to mention, breakthrough. We are breaking through these old patterns, breaking through these old patterns of the mind. And we're doing this through guidance and creativity. You know, creativity, I really liken this to the physical movement, the physical body. From the tarot, what is this deck? I just popped out of my head, whatever it's called. But anyway, unknown, wild unknown tarot, the hermit. And so I think meditation is great today, spending some time with yourself. Who am I? To answer that question, we have this yachtiness with Uranus helping us review that and get into that and break through those old things. But part of that may be in like creative movement to help find yourself. Sometimes when you get physical, it can bring things out. Our body is so amazing. It carries so many emotions, carries so much of that old stuff. So physically moving it, getting creative with it, can really help. And then with that, I think there's healing. Healing and harmony will come. Because the harmony will come, you will be in touch with your heart, and your mind. And there will be healing in this. So be willing to get in and through this energy. And, I mean, keep in touch. Tell us what's going on. We love to hear about what your processes are and how this is relating to you. I love hearing about that. So, book a reading. Now's a powerful time for energy work, a reading, and I will see you tomorrow. Namaste. Happy new moon.